All right, take two on this thing, man. It's kind of retarded. All right, so if you haven't been to my channel before, go ahead and subscribe, and I'm gonna keep dropping these videos. I'm gonna try to do at least one video a week. But what buggy should you get? I mean, go Nitro. That's what I say. If you're gonna pick a Nitro, $349 for something that easily costs $650 for a kit, $1,000 plus for a kit. This is the one you should get right there. Losi. All right, so it comes with its own battery, which is already installed in the vehicle. This is it. Nickel metal hydrate. So, but you gotta be careful. You know, you can go with a LiPo once you go, or if you make the decision to go to a high voltage servo, which you can. I mean, you don't really have to. I mean, it makes it better. It depends what your budget is. But out of the box, this is what you should get. If you get stock servos, all of that, you know what I mean? We're gonna ride past that. If you're gonna keep the stock servos, this is one of your first upgrades you should go with. Flat out. So, see that? 23T. Okay, so they're 23 tooth on a 605 Spectrum. Mod, and that's be your first mod you should do. Secondly, you should protect the heart of the engine. This isn't the stock engine. This is a .28 8-port SH engine from A-Man, modded by Rick Brake, R&B Mods. But outerwear, this is where you should go. A-Man also sells them too, for the buggy or anything that needs to be protected. They also have netting for electric, whatever you're into. But this isn't the stock form. This isn't how your inside of your engine bay is gonna look, but this is a good starter. I threw a couple things at it, a couple mods at it, and a couple I didn't have to. Shock oil I changed up, which, you know, that's inexpensive, you know what I mean? I went with some heavy shock oil all the way around, and that's what you should do. You shouldn't just do one, two, you know, the front, back, do all the way around. But $349, that's the one you should get, you know? My first Nitro is this right here, FW06 Kyosho. It's the Fox body, but those aren't the stock wheels. You know, I've changed some things up. Came with a WRX shell. Another thing about these wheels too, in this platform, it has metric and it has SAE standard Allen key fasteners hooked up to it, you know, so you got to be very careful about fitment, you know, especially if this is your first Nitro, you know. I learned a lot about Nitro by building that Traxxas Slayer Pro 3.3. I ended up sending some parts, my head out to Rick Brake. I wanted something that was crazy. I haven't sent him anything with the Kyosho, the Mustang body, but I was, you know, just wanted to step my game up, the performance, make it run better. So I had him do the crank and stuff like that, you know, just so it could run better, easier to tune, you know. You know, just, you know, advantage against some of my friends that have electric that, you know, because that's usually, you don't see guys in the Nitro world out there, but it's a big thing right now, thanks to John Bodegel, Rajay 111, Waggy Nitro, you know, Floyd, you know, Don Foss, you know, there's a lot of guys out there, you know, Corey Jordan, TTR Racing, you know, Mr. Chili. I mean, there's a gang of names out there, man. I'm telling you that won't steer you wrong, and their content is on point. Their experience, you can't beat experience. You know, these guys have been doing it for a long time, man. You know, I respect them. You know, Gearhead Addict. I mean, I can go on and on. You know, these guys, they the truth. They got monsters, man. You know, and I've driven. You know, this is about the same size as the 1/8, but it's considered a 1/10 scale. But I'll keep it about the losi. So on the losi, there's like, you know, once you connect your throttle linkage on this, you know, a lot of people are getting their idles all the way together. And I'm going to share my experience with you. Too bad it's dark outside. My DX5C warning system. All right, turn that thing off. Just had my controller on. Sorry about that. But so once you connect your linkage to your throttle, to to your slide in this, if you're not getting a good crispy idle, you might want to check. You might want to check this right here. I had to loosen it a little bit to free it up, because when I broke it in on my 6 tank, I've been starting it up and running it, you know, without me having to turn my servos on, you know. So I actually, you know, started like turning on my controller yesterday, which I dropped that video, and I was wondering why it was stalling on me. I had my gap proper, and then people, you know, I had my gap proper, but it felt like it was choking it out, wasn't letting it breathe. It was idling good because I ran it, and you could check my video out, you know. And let me show you something. All right, so on a stock, here's your high speed, 42 hours. Low speed, 39 hours. Right? From bottom, you know? From the bottom. And then let's go here so we got it all in metric. And this is straight from the book. So here we go. That's what your gap should be. You see that? That's your gap. You know, depending, you know, and you see the reference, right? There's the reference. So that's your stock setting. We're gonna get back into this. So $349, that's gangster. I did a couple things that was different on this. Like I said, this is SH.28. It's probably a lot for a buggy. Most guys go with truggies. You know, there's a lot of truggy lovers out there. You know, fuel filters. You know, get a fuel filter. Number one. You know, and then set your fail safe. There's a fail safe inside of the book when you get it. You know. And then there's somebody out there, I'm not sure if it's Matthew's Toy Chest, but he shows you how to set the failsafe on this. And then I set this up, just another fuel line to lock it in. You know, I didn't do one on the tank. It's kind of tight tolerance. I figured this would be good enough. Right on the carb. And then, you know, I got my band on my carb. So it's got a band that goes around it. To close up my gap. You know, once you set it and you start it up, you know, I end up going, this is a pull start, like the stock motor. This is the stock engine that comes in it. It's a .21. I mean, see the pull start on her. You know, that's only 2.1 horsepower. Stock, this engine makes 4 horsepower on the nose stock. I'm guessing we're in the high 5s now. You know, plus the pipe, you know, I don't know if this header, if I I probably could get more out of it if I would have selected you know, a Novarossi pipe, you know. I just try to do it on a budget as much as possible. Another thing too, I changed on here was, you know, these rods, you know, on a stock RTR, all these are plastic and they're very durable, you know. I did this de-racing to the mud guards on the rear, protect my shocks, and then underneath the skid plate, you know, as well. You know, I went with some, you know, heat protected sheath that go over them, over my fuel lines and around my pipe. You know, try to make it my own. You know, sky's the limit. For $349, you leave a lot more money on the table to do mods. But to tell you the truth, if you're gonna go get like the X model of this, you know, just, you know, save your chips. I mean, because you're gonna spend money. I mean, look, and I got Tupperwares full, big tubs full of parts in that room. I don't know how much money is hanging on this wall and inside this casket here, this casket of parts. You know what I mean? I got a graveyard full of money somewhere in these parts, man. You know, and the cleaning utensils, you know, get you some Simple Green. There you go, Simple Green. You know, get it by the gallon if you can. I just been remixing bottles. I didn't want to make this like too long, but I wanted to cover everything about the best buggy, how to do this, you know what I mean? You don't have to do none of these mud guards. You don't have to do none of that. Just get the outerwear and get those horns, you know, go metal horns on your servo. And you got a good platform, you know? Just go out there and go bash, you know? This is how you get into the sport. And then they're gonna give you fuel, and it's gonna be Traxxas fuel. I only use the Traxxas fuel to break my engines in. If you look inside my tank in my video that I shot, I uploaded, if you're new to my channel, you'll be able to see me do, you know, things, you know. I mean, a little bit of experience. This one right here, you see this clear, I use 30%. I just put 30% in it. I wish I would have captured it for you today. There you go. I got another gallon on the floor. You know, this Corona thing, I didn't want this Corona thing to beat me because the hobby shops are shut down. I didn't want to, this is the perfect opportunity for me to do what I got to do as far as, you know, this hobby. I enjoy being able to, you know, keep my hands busy, man. You know, even my boats. You know, if you're gonna get into it, you know, I mean, you're gonna need chargers too. So there's chargers out there that talk to you and stuff. I went to my homeboy's house. His charger was telling him his batteries was charged and all kinds of stuff. You know, I'm like, what? You got Siri in that mother? So, I mean, I just went basic. This is straight up LiPo only. This one does everything. Lifey batteries, the whole thing. My wife's, mine. And I charge my batteries with them. Save yourself some money out there. For me, this is like, why didn't I do this in the beginning? You know, 18 of them. I mean, for instance, I mean, check this out. So, you're gonna need a Fataba charger for this too, for a losi. You're gonna need this banana plug tip that goes into this. Hopefully your charger has this, you know, black negative, and it goes into the battery. So your battery has a lead like this, a Fataba lead, you know. So this is probably something you're gonna have to purchase for this. Everything else comes in this platform, but it comes in that full kit I just showed you. Let me see if I don't have a part number on it. Okay, 19 bucks. There's a part number, the whole thing. Bam. Gotcha. So, and then, okay, another thing. So, people say that their servos die out on them and, you know, they suck, the 605 suck. Well, the top one here, this top button is your steering. So you can set that. You can set that where it won't oversteer this wheel. If you overdo anything, eating cheeseburgers, French fries, and cupcakes, you know, you're gonna hurt something. So make sure you tone it down where it's not overdoing its range, and that those Spectrum 605s will last. You know, it's far longer than if you didn't have this range set. And another thing, this thing has AVC on it. You know, says it right there, AVC. You can set the AVC on this. So what I did was I switched everything to AVC with the DX5. This thing holds about 20 vehicles on it, and I can change up everything. Boom. Steering, left to right, throttle. I mean, you can do, the sky's the limit with this thing, you know. The only other thing, they got a Futaba out there, it's like 300, and they got one that's like 600. You know, this is my, budget, like 189 or something like that. I probably got it cheaper than that, you know. But, that's just me. For two, you're gonna need after run oil. I picked up this pen off of like Amazon. It's like $6. It's all, sweet stainless. And then, and it's long enough to reach down into the head, and you just squeeze the top of the pen after run oil, and you just reload it when it's empty. Easy peasy. A temp gun, you're gonna have to invest in that. It's like $18 Amazon. Works great. And then for those settings that I was mentioning earlier, there's a gauge that I inquired to measure stuff, a caliber. Invest into a caliber. A pair of calibers like these, inexpensive, Harbor Freight, metal. And then if you wanted to set your carburetor, there you go. You can take your pick, and you can find a reference off of that book, every one of your instruction manuals, bam, you set. Great investment. Had my stuff sitting running good today. I'm pleased. I'm on this journey with y'all. And I enjoy it. Another thing, if you're running them LiPo batteries, get a LiPo checker. They have a better one on A-Main. Check it out. That thing's dope, and it balances batteries out for you. Sweet. I'm trying not to leave any stones unturned. And you're going to have more videos from me. So like and subscribe, hit that bell. And I'm going to keep dropping them. I know everybody's sitting at home on Corona. Everybody's sitting on lockdown. We're gonna do this together. I'm going to teach you what I know. And you can tell me the same. So get in the comments below. Scroll all the way down to the bottom. Let me know what you want me to say. Or, get into, something I missed. You can mention it. And, we're going to keep this ball rolling, man. Please be safe. Wash your hands. All of the above. I'm just trying not to miss too much. Oh, yeah. And then another thing about this Nitro. You want to go medium. Medium plugs, Here's some nice LRP, R5s. And then those are like long bodies. And then I also use these OSs for my Kyosho. These are mediums, number 8s. They're sweet, man. I think I've only went through 2. One in the break-in, and that one, and I got plenty tanks on this Fox Body Kyosho. And you know, you want to have enough plugs. You know, it comes with a lot of tools. So I like to be able to, you know, keep doing this, and I'm gonna try to drop at least 2 or 3 videos, you know, a week, if not more. You know, I'm gonna be pretty bored. I'm trying to put a lot of thought into this, and I'm trying to, you know, do this with you. This Corona thing changed lives just now, man. We lost a lot of lives to this. This is very serious. Don't be gathering in groups. I've been out here ripping, not tripping, man, as my homeboy Corey Jordan would say. So I went to this, and this thing's pretty nice, but for some reason it doesn't charge like well. The light doesn't work, but it does plug. And then I got a backup, which is a dynamite. You just put the D battery in it and you good. See that red thing right there? Yeah, that's it. So, you know, and then if you're cutting bodies and stuff like that, get you a pair of nice, sweet body scissors. But I got another body for this. I mean, you can do all kinds of stuff. I went with the X body on this, which sits way different. I mean, you could do a lot. All right, y'all. I'm glad y'all stopped through. Cook Racing. Hit me up down in the comments. Like, subscribe. Peace.